So this is a really cool genre of fragrances, super sexy musky ambers. Are you familiar with the genre? Do you have a favorite fragrance in this genre? There's a lot out there, and I've compiled plenty of them, and I really, really enjoy wearing them. They're overly musky, and they are very, very sexy, utilizing molecular notes. Let's say Ambrettolide, Ambrette, Ambroxan, Ambrostar, mixed in with other notes to create a really beautiful, gorgeous musk. And the fragrances are not uber substantial, but when you spray plenty of them on, you're going to get stopped and asked what you're wearing. So I've got a top 20 list here of super sexy musky ambers. Find out what they are coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Sebastian. We're talking about super sexy musky ambers. Let me know if you have a favorite in this genre. I know Baccarat Rouge might fall in this category. I left that one off. It's been spoken a lot about. I'm giving space to other fragrances, and as I said, I've got 20 here. It's a top 20 list, and I really, really enjoy this genre of fragrances. This is not your typical amber. It's not the warm, gooey, syrupy, sticky, honeyed, sweet amber fragrances. They're more molecular. So think Ambroxan, the type of musk there is. Think Ambrette, the type of musk and amber it creates in those kind of situations. A lot of these are powdery. Some can be light skin scents. Some are more substantial. We're going to get started right away here with the first fragrance from the house of Obvious. It's Un Musk, this one right here, Un Musk. So we're starting off with something simplistic and also not very expensive, and it's a great everyday wear. It's not very substantial, but it's quite musky, and there's definitely an ambery touch here with lots of great amber musky notes like Globalide, Helvetolide, Ambrettolide, Muscenone, Vetiver, Amorous, Galbanum, Bergamot, and Ginger. Spices are there, citruses are there, some greenness and things like that are there, but the fragrance is overly musky and also very ambery and creates a very sexy, composition for a person to wear. You might need to spray this one on a lot louder than some of the other fragrances, but again, it's a great, great fragrance to wear personally on your own or to get the attention of others. So it's Obvious on Musk, starting off with a calmer fragrance. Then we're moving on to the house of Tom Ford. It's White Suede. So White Suede has been a favorite of mine. I recently picked up this bottle. I've had a 250 ml decanter for some time, although I think it's kind of gone a little. So I picked up this one at a very discounted price, and I feel like it's changed a little bit, but in the end it's definitely very musky and ambery. It features notes of suede, musk, sandalwood, lily of the valley, amber, thyme, and tea. There's a little smokiness in there. It does have a very suede-like quality, so it's a bit leathery, but in the end it's quite sexy. It's musky, ambery. The combination is super intoxicating, and once again, it's more of a skin scent, so you'll need to spritz a lot more with this one. It's a really, really sexy fragrance. Really enjoy this one. There's rumor that they're going to bring another musky fragrance in the collection. We'll see what it is. In the meantime, it's White Suede from the house of Tom Ford at number 19. This next one was a fragrance featured in the recent Scent Club mystery box. This is 312 SAINT-HONORE from the house of BDK Parfums. So this is a fairly ethereal fragrance inspired by the new store, the BDK Parfum store in Paris. So it's very spacious and airy, and the fragrance is basically inspired by that space. So they created this kind of ethereal, airy composition. It's a close to the skin fragrance. You have all those really great notes in there, the musky notes and things like that, but it also has iris. It also has orange blossom, so there's a bit of an orange blossomy powdery effect. Musky fragrances generally go powdery, and then with the addition of iris, definitely go a little further. So if you like the idea of an ethereal fragrance, definitely check out the BDK Parfums 312 SAINT-HONORE. Then it's Giardini di Toscana. It's Scintilla, this one right here. Definitely a really musky, ambery fragrance, and it has these super sexy qualities as well. But this is actually very substantial compared to some of these other ones that I've spoken about. Giardini di Toscana is known for Bianco Latte or Bora Bora, but this is definitely a really great one as well, featuring notes like ISOE Super, Iris, Oakmoss, apples, pink pepper, pineapple, pear, black currants, amber, didromercenol. Lots of very interesting musky notes. This one also has a lot of fruitiness as well, so it's a nice combo of fruits and musky notes, and of course creating that ambery, woody touch as well. Really great option from the house of Giardini di Toscana. If you're looking for that kind of amber, woody, musky composition that's uber sexy and also fruity, definitely try the Scintilla. Scintilla is really great. It's become a favorite of mine from that house. I really enjoy the fruits against the musky amber. Okay, next up we're going to the house of NOEME. This is KHALIL. This one right here. Do you know this one? This is actually intensely Ambroxan forward with lots of woods and musks as well. There's loads of woods in here, and the combination of the Ambroxan creating the overly ambery qualities along with the musks that are in here with the woods. It's a great combination and super sexy once again as well. In addition to these notes, there's lots of iris, patchouli, tonka, caramel, and cardamom. So there's some spices, some sweet touches, but it wears sticky, and I think the caramel does, have that pronounced, experience here. But in the end, you're still talking about a lot of musky notes and ambery notes, which creates a very sexy wear. This one's actually super potent, just like the last one. In fact, this one is a little more potent than Scintilla, but definitely lots of woods with the amber and musk here, which creates a very sexy wear. So this is KHALIL from the house of NOEME, and the next one we're talking about is from the house of GIVENCHY. It's MMW, this one right here. This one was an instant love. I like the combination of the woods, but also the very spiritual and meditative wood note of Palo Santo with the Ambroxan and the musky notes in here as well. Against the fragrance and all these other notes, there's floral notes, powdery notes, some spices like cardamom, and of course lots of woods. Atlas cedar, vetiver, sandalwood, powdery woody notes. It's just an overdose of a lot of these kind of notes with the overdose of Ambroxan and the Palo Santo, creating this very musky, ambery, woody experience. It's more of a personal fragrance once again, personal like skin scent, but more pronounced skin scent, but very, very sexy. So this is MMW from the house of Givenchy. Let me know if you're familiar with that fragrance. But moving on to the house of L'Orchestre Parfum. This is Mono Cashmere. So this one was recently featured in St. Club Mystery Box as well. Seems like Mystery Box was full of musky fragrances. But a really great fragrance in that it's got loads of musks. It's an overdose of musks. But there's also cashmere, iris, bergamot, aldehydes, ambrette, pear, jasmine, cedar, and Ambroxan. There's some light fruitiness. There's the aldehydic touches giving you that fizziness. But in the end, it's powdery. It's very musky, creating this kind of ambery experience in the dry down and creating a very sexy experience. It's also a bit more personal than some of the others I spoke about, but it makes for a really easy wear, an everyday kind of scent, and also a crowd pleaser, I feel like. So this is Mono Cashmere from the house of L'Orchestre Parfum. Then moving on to the house of Ella K, it's Musk K, this one right here. Really gorgeous musky fragrance from the house of Ella K. Ella K is a fairly underrated house. Are you familiar with it? Let me know. Put a comment down below. But this is super, super sexy. It has some substance to it, but it doesn't wear heavy, like it's not going to weigh you down if you're wearing this fragrance. And a lot of these fragrances will wear like that. But it's white musk, sand lily, white pepper, salty iris, mangrove, driftwood, vetiver, ambrofix, and cedar. Lots of woods here. This one kind of goes into a little marine-ish kind of direction, the driftwood providing that. But to me, it's not really very marine. The combination is super sexy, really, really great notes mixed together. It does have a bit of that saltiness, maybe a light sea breeze mixed in with all the musky, ambery notes and the woods as well. So this is Ella K, Musk K. Let me know if you're familiar with that house. And this is the third and final fragrance that was featured in the mystery box number 3. Yes, we did have several of these kind of musky, ambery, powdery fragrances. This is KAYALI's The Wedding Velvet Santal 35. So there were 2 of the KAYALI fragrances, and there's 2 in the collection here of these fragrances from KAYALI, the feminine and the more masculine. This is the more masculine. It features loads of sandalwood, benzoin, tea leaves, white musk, cedarwood, jasmine, petals. But wow, it's super, super sexy and very woody, and it creates a kind of a sweet ambery dry down as well. And there's that light coziness from the tea that's in here, but white musk creating the muskiness and the overdose of woods and some light flowers coming in. I think this is really, really great. Initially, I like the silk santal. The velvet santal has grown on me. It's become a really great wear. And this is the kind of fragrance, and a lot of these fragrances, I think, are everyday wears and easy wears, not necessarily very complex and heavy wears, but it makes for a very exciting fragrance, and then also, you know, crowd pleasing as well, garnering compliments. So this is KAYALI, the Wedding Velvet Santal 35. Then we're going to the house of Mise en Cire. It's For Your Love. This is a fragrance I've recommended quite a bit. I first discovered in 2019, instantly loved it as a great alternative to Baccarat Rouge 540. It's really, really a great take, but it's a bit fruitier and a bit more patchouli forward as well. And I'm a fan of patchouli, obviously. But this has notes of exaltone, which is a musk, cachalox, which is ambergris, raspberries, benzoin, and patchouli. In the end, it's got the earthy elements of the patchouli, dries down to an amber, lots of musk in here, and a bit of that kind of cachalox, I believe, to me is more like Ambroxan, made to be, you know, an alternative to the very expensive ambergris. They don't smell alike, and the reason this smells like Baccarat Rouge is because of the cachalox. So this is Mise en Cire, For Your Love. Let me know if you're a fan of that one. I feel like that's the most popular from that house. But moving on to the house of Diptyque, it's Fleur de Peau, this one right here. Fleur de Peau is a great fragrance focusing on the ambrette note, one of the sexiest, you know, notes that you can find in nature. It is used to replace the idea of using musk from the deer, but this is an all-natural ingredient, but not an animal. Obviously, it's from a plant. And I love this note. It smells great. It's powdery. It enhances the powdery qualities of iris, and there's iris here as well, and lots of musk, loads of musk. It's musk here, ambrette seeds, iris, Ambrettolide, and pink pepper. So there's some spice there, but a really gorgeous, you know, spicy, ambery, powdery, musky fragrance. Its Fleur de Peau is really awesome from the house of Diptyque. But then moving on to the house of Ormonde Jane, it's Ambre Royal, this one right here. And again, a very easy to wear amber here. Now this one has more traditionally the idea of a traditional amber, not necessarily uber, you know, molecular, but there's the addition of the molecular notes in here as well. There's amber, ambroxan, osmanthus, iris, cedar, orchid, and musk. It's an amber bomb in the end, but not like, it's not very traditionally like the syrupy, sweet, resinous, vanillic, honeyed amber. It's more of a molecular, you know, amber focusing on the ambroxan and its qualities. And ambroxan, if you still don't know what it smells like, it's supposed to be the alternative to replace ambergris, which is very expensive, and it has the qualities of dry woods, amber, musk, and also some aquatic marine touches. So it's all in here. It's a great, easy to wear, very elegant amber fragrance, but super, super sexy as well. Ormonde Jane's Ambre Royal. Let me know if you're a fan of that one. Then moving on to the house of Atelier Materi, it's Bois d'Ambrette, this one right here. And even though my bottle says Peau d'Ambrette, the name was changed later. It's a really great fragrance, focusing on the ambrette seeds once again. I have videos on the channel for ambrette seeds if you're curious to find out more about ambrette, and here they're paying tribute to the ambrette with all of its musky glory. It's ambrette seeds, Angelica, amyris, sandalwood, musk, ambroxan, ginger, mandarin orange. For me, ambrette seeds goes a little fruity, a little boozy, but also vegetal and powdery. And I feel like the fact that they've added Angelica boosts up the vegetal powdery touches of the ambrette. It's a great combo here. Really, really great. Super amazing and super sexy and very, very musky. If you don't know this one, check it out. It's Bois d'Ambrette from the house of Atelier Materi. Wonderful fragrance. So this has been a favorite fragrance of mine from this house. Recently I did a video on this house with Joe. If you haven't caught it, please do. This is Pear Noir Vitius. It's a really, really, really great fragrance. I've fallen in love with this one. Sure, there's some qualities of something like Another 13, but different. I feel like this is a lot more powdery. It's ambergris listed as a note, but I feel like it's an ambergris accord with the usage of ambroxan. With loads of white musk, marine notes, guaiacum, blonde woods, iris, angelica root, bergamot, lime, pink pepper. It wears very powdery, but super, super ambery and musky on me. It smells fantastic. Like I said, I am reminded of Another 13, which is coming up in a little bit, but in a different way, a bit more marine way. And I feel like they've given us like an ambergris accord, so that's giving us a bit of a marine vibe, but definitely the idea of ambroxan is here. But in the end, it's super sexy. If you haven't tried it, please do. Pear Noir Vitius, an amazing fragrance. This is a brand spanking new one, and I'm surprised how good it is. This is Le Liquide Imaginaire's Liquide, this one right here. So this is a different kind of a fragrance in that it has loads of other things happening with it. It's more complex than some of the other fragrances that you're hearing about today. It's white musk, saffron, mandarin orange, orange flower, vanilla, ambrofix, solar accord, cistus, coriander, carrot seeds, jasmine, Georgie wood, and patchouli. So it's lots of musk and lots of ambery touches, but you'll get a very distinct mandarin orange smell in here. I love that about it, really do. But it's very powdery for sure and spicy, but man, it's super, super sexy. When you're actually really focusing on the smell as well, there's a bit of a light bubblegum touch. Not sure where it's coming from, but in the end, it wears really, really gorgeously, super intense. And again, very ambery and musky with the addition of all those other notes. A really wonderful offering. Liquide from the house of Le Liquide Imaginaires. Now this next fragrance, I hated it when I first smelled it, but I'm obsessed and addicted to it now. I don't know why, but I have a feeling it's the Ambroxan that's doing it in here. This is Crystal Saffron from the house of Matière Première. Let me know your thoughts on this one. It's leathery and musky. So this is also a bit more complex. Lots of amber in here. We got loads, overdose of Ambroxan, along with saffron, and then of course the saffron giving us the leathery touches. But it also features Helvetolide, musk, incense. So these are all notes that are coming in with the Ambroxan and the saffron, creating an overdose of ambery touches, musky, of course. It's quite musky. It's got Helvetolide, musk, which is a synthetic musk here that's in here. So it's just an overdose of musk and leather and amber. It's a great fragrance. I'm surprised. I really enjoy it now. I felt it was too sharp and metallic. Something was wrong with it or something. I just felt weird about it, but I'm addicted to it because, once again, it's the Ambroxan, and I'm actually obsessed with that note. I know a lot of folks don't like it, and I didn't care for it either at first, but I'm obsessed with it. It just grew on me, and I really love it, just like the fragrance here. So this is Crystal Saffron from the house of Matière Première at number 5. Then at number 4, it's DS & Durga's I Don't Know What. I've spoken quite a bit about this one. It's a really, really great fragrance. A lot of people will say there's nothing there. You will notice this, but don't give up on it. Smell it, smell it, smell it over and over again. You'll start smelling it. Wear it, spritz it all over you, and go outside. Go in the heat. But this is, molecular. It's a skin scent. It's used to enhance, prime, or, layer with other fragrances. Wear it on its own in a super hot, humid day. You'll start smelling it. It's Ambrox Super, Firstanol, Civetone, ISOE Super, Vetiver Acetate for one amazing fragrance. Really, really love this stuff. I Don't Know What from the house of DS & Durga. Let me know if you're a fan of that one. And I spoke about this one a little bit. It's Le Labo's Another 13 at number 3. Yeah, this one has a really great sexy trail. This one needs body chemistry to kind of come alive. I've heard about this one being hardly anything there. I've had people say I can't smell anything. It's alcohol. Give it some time. Try it out. Wear it. Experience it. Don't give up on it. You will notice it. You'll figure out how sexy it is. But it features notes of Ambrox, musk, woody amber, jasmine petals, moss, ambrette seeds. Just the kind of fragrance I love. Super sexy, musky amber. One of a kind, created by Nathalie Lorson. She did a great job on this one. So this is Le Labo's Another 13. At number 2, it's Juice Box's Cheeky Smile. Now, if you have a bottle of this, make sure you try and see what it looks like in the dark. Because if you leave it in the light, it'll glow in the dark. If you didn't know this, this is now you know. But this is a super, super intense amber, woods, and musk. It's Ambroxan, Ambrosanite, ISOE Super, Cashmere, Amber Extreme, and Amber Core. Overwhelming to the max, but super, super sexy. It needs skin. Once again, a lot of these fragrances will need skin to kind of blend in with the fragrance and kind of create its own musk. But intense and amazing and super, super sexy. Overdose of the amber and the musk here. Cheeky Smile from the house of Juice Box. That's at number 2. And we're ending the list at number 1 with Thomas Cosmala's Après l'Amour number 4. Are you familiar with this one? This is so potent, it's nose blinding. Be careful. It's not a room filler because it's not that kind of a fragrance, but it's intense. It's really, really intense. Once again, it needs body, but like, you know, it needs your own chemistry for the scent to come alive. But you'll smell an overdose of dry woods. It has Ambroxan, musk, amber, aromatic spices, woods, and lemon zest. So it's very woody, very ambery, aromatic as well, but an overdose of amber and musk here for a really, really intense wear. Super sexy fragrance, very musky and ambery. This is Thomas Cosmala's Après l'Amour number 4. That is at number 1. Anyway, did you know this genre of fragrances? Let me know, put a comment down below. If you have a favorite fragrance that falls into this genre, do put a comment down if you didn't hear about it here. I'd like to find out. I really, really love this genre. I love wearing musky fragrances, molecular fragrances. You know, they're really great. It's more something you wear that you want to get the attention, but you're not going to overwhelm the crowds with, you know, something really intense, syrupy, sweet, resinous, amber. These are a lot different than that, but they are really, really amazing fragrances. Do let me know if there's something that I missed, and let me know what your thoughts are on these fragrances. Put a comment down below so I can find out. But either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.